Let's go to Abuja studios now, where chairman of the league management company, Shehu Dikko, is also the second vice president of Nigerian Football Federation, is standing by to talk to us about that partnership that the NFF entered with the Moroccan FA. Good evening, Shehu Dikko. Welcome to the program.
Good evening. It's my pleasure.
Okay, let's break down that meeting that the NFF had with the Moroccan football authorities. I hear it's a strategic pact. Break it down for us.
Well, as has been released by the Nigerian Football Federation, the technical agreement is an agreement that has to do with mutual collaboration between the Moroccan football authorities and the Nigeria football authorities. And it's in so many ways, exchange of ideas, technical partnership, collaboration in friendly matches, using of facilities, exchange of ideas. We will learn from their own successes, their own mistakes. They can learn from our own successes, our own mistakes, and see how we can be all better. You know, so it's a very, very brilliant partnership that is going to benefit both parties. And I think now Morocco is becoming a very good partner for Nigeria, not just in football. If you recall, in the federal government has so many agreements going with Morocco in the fertilizer area, in the gas area, and what have you. So what we are doing is trying to foster this mutual relationship between the two parties. And at the end of the day, we came back with a lot of takeaways that we are going to use to see how we can make Nigerian football better. We left them with so many takeaways that they will also use to get their football better. For example, we learned how they manage their media rights for their football. We learned how they manage their facilities, how to maintain them properly, and how they are collaborating properly between the government and the football authorities and everybody doing its bit to develop the whole system. So it's going to be an exciting time for Nigerian football. And indeed, before we left Morocco, we signed an MOU with a very big conglomerate who are also doing business in Nigeria, who are now looking on how to also invest in Nigerian football. They have already invested in Moroccan football, and they support the Nigerian football and how to develop, especially the league, for example.
And that's where I'm coming, the league. Morocco, they've done so well with league football. Easily, Raja Casablanca comes to mind. You are the league ambassador. What were the major things you picked from that meeting that can be beneficial to league football in Nigeria?
You see, first and foremost, we saw how they were able to put a strategy where they manage all their infrastructure. They set up a company that has been working for over 30 years that is very, very active and specialized in just managing of the pitch, constructing the pitch, managing the pitch, and making sure that all the infrastructure in their football is very good. That is a specialized industry. They have managed to create so many jobs around it, and they have managed to maintain their infrastructure spot on, so which also drives the good football we see they have. And now we are working with that same company to see how they will come to Nigeria and how we can work to set up the same kind of structure here. We see how they manage their clubs. Most of their clubs are community clubs, and they are really owned by the community and by the people, and you can see the passion behind it. You can see the revenues that is going with the clubs. And we are now also going to take our clubs to see how we can learn those kind of system. Already we are doing something here, trying to take our clubs to the stock market. It's part of what we now look at. Okay, we don't have to go far, going to Europe to see what they are doing. We have a neighbor here who's doing very well, and we can learn from there. And their own media rights, the way they manage it for their TV and what have you. All their games are live on TV and is basically on the local TV and the pay TV and what have you everywhere, because there is a huge system which is working for them, and we are going to learn from that and see how we can put that here in Nigeria as well.
It sounds good. And in terms of structure, the league structure in Morocco, when you put it at par with Nigeria, anything we can also learn from that?
Well, on that aspect, fortunately for us, Morocco are going to learn from us, because in the past years, Morocco have their league be run as a department of the federation. They just set up their independent league body, and they are now relying on Nigeria to give them the structure of what we have, like with the LMC, and the kind of structure we have running an independent league, so also they can adapt that. So really, it's a win-win situation. We are also giving something back to them that they will learn how to do it. And at the end of the day, I'm sure they'll be happy with what they will have.
That sounds good, because I was actually wondering what they were going to get from us. Now let's come back to our league proper. The league is back and we love it. Shehu, Dikko, have you realized the stands lately? It's been so empty. What are we not doing right that people are not going to the stadium anymore?
Well, I don't think that is the issue. I think we have we have issues now with the teams. There are some breakdown of law and order in some venues which are being dealt with, and which really naturally will make some fans to think twice. But I don't think we should generalize it, and I don't think we should make it an issue on the front burner. It should be allowed for the security agencies and the people on the league to deal with it, because that's the way it's done all over the world. You see, for example, last season in 2016, we have Manchester United bus having issues at the West Ham Stadium where the players and everybody were attacked and stuff like that. It was never made a front burner issue. It was allowed, the security agencies were allowed to deal with it. The culprits were found and taken to jail. And that is the way to deal with these issues. If we keep making it the issue of discussion, it keeps carrying away the fans to come to the stadium. We should encourage the fans to learn that it's a game of football, and everybody has to do is how to support his team, and you have to make the stadium to be as safe as possible, to be as exciting as possible. Going to stadium should be like going to a movie, that you're going there to have fun. And so we need to encourage that kind of thinking and that kind of idea. And then whenever somebody breaks the law, it has to be dealt with. And what we are going to target going forward is to target the miscreants, to target any fans who are breaking the law, and to target to actually punish the fans and make sure the law takes its course. I mean, that is the way this thing will be sorted. And of course, we have to keep working with the security agencies to improve the security all the time and always. Security is always a major issue in any tournament, in any gathering where you have thousands of people being present. So it has to be. It's not something that you slip over, and it has to be. I have to keep improving in that to get the confidence of everybody to be back to the stadium.
That sounds good. Now, let's deal with this one in 1 minute. It's from the social media. They're asking, this partnership deal with Morocco, will Nigerian league players have contracts and transfers to Moroccan leagues?
Yeah, of course, definitely. You see the NFF president even being asked questions about Chikatara, about how many caps he has played, and how many were done for the national team, because he's doing very well in Morocco and they're happy with him. And now we have a partnership with Morocco. I think our players can easily make that as a stepping stone to go to mainstream Europe, because Morocco and Europe are almost the same. So we are going to have that kind of partnership where we can place our players in Morocco and they can have more training and more exposure and before they can move to mainstream Europe. And I think it's going to benefit our clubs very much. I think the next meeting of my clubs, I think I will try to see in the future where we can have our meeting in Morocco with the Moroccan clubs and all our clubs, so that we can also share these ideas and see how we can have collaborations. For example, between IB Warriors and Wydad Casablanca, for example, they should have a working relationship where they are working together, they are exchanging players, they are exchanging ideas, and then they can collaborate. If they have a good talent, they can put him there at no cost. And when it's very good, if he's sold to Europe, they can share the revenues. That's the way to go.
That's the way to go. It sounds good. Thank you so much, Shehu, Dikko, for making our time to talk to us. Thank you. So that's it, Chairman of the League Management Company, Shehu, Dikko, and also second Vice President of the Nigeria Football Federation. No partnership, it's more. I know we always say it, instead of you running to Europe, just right here in Africa, you can learn one or two things. But I'll just leave you at this thought. When we come back, we will stay with the league. Don't go anywhere. Stay.